Jesus then said, "Once upon a time there was a man who had 2 sons. The youngest said to his father, 'Give me my share of the property now.' So the father divided his property between them. A few days later, the younger son took everything he had and travelled to another country. There he spent it on crazy living. When he had spent up, a famine spread across the country, and he began to be in desperate need. So he hired himself out to a farmer, and there he fed the pigs. As he was still hungry, he was even tempted to eat the pigs' food, and it was then it dawned on him, even my father's workers had enough food and drink to spare, and here I am, dying of hunger. I'll go back to my father, and I'll say, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Treat me like one of your workers." So he set off back to his father. Whilst he was still far away, his father spotted him and was filled with compassion. He ran and put his arms around him and kissed him. Then the son said, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his slaves, "Quickly, go and bring out the best robe, put a ring on his finger, and kill the best fatted calf, because tonight we shall celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and now is found." And so they began to celebrate. Now the older brother was in the field, and as he returned he heard the music and dancing. He called to one of the slaves and asked what was going on. The servant replied, "Your brother has come back, and your father is celebrating by killing the best fatted calf, because he's returned safe and sound." The older brother became angry and refused to go in, so his father came out to talk to him. The older brother said to his dad, "Listen, for all these years I've worked like a slave for you. I've never disobeyed you, and yet you've not even given me a young goat so I could celebrate with my mates. But when your son comes back, who spent everything on crazy living, you kill the best fatted calf." The father said to him, "Son, you have always been with me, and all that is mine is yours. But we must celebrate and rejoice because this brother of yours was dead and is now alive. He was lost, but now is found."